Hey everyone, welcome back. I know I said my part 3 to my Backrooms expedition series was going to be the levels, but something changed. Something very different. Unlike my past expeditions, I decided to bring along a friend. I didn't want to do this alone, since traveling through different levels and investigating entities are two very different jobs. We began searching through the endless halls, as we usually would, trying to find level 1 or level 2 or anything. But something else happened. We got separated, and I came across something. Yep, I was beaten and killed by this entity, and we were separated. Though it didn't take long for us to get reunited again, as shortly after he saw the same fate as I did. Now, a little more cautious that there was a very hostile bacteria entity down here, we began walking around cautiously, looking for anything. Eventually, we came across pitfalls. Like any person would, we went in and we began hearing music. It was weird hearing music at such a far proximity, and the last time I remember it happening was when something knocked out all power in level 0, and possibly all of the other levels. So, like any curious explorers, we followed the direction of that sound. We managed to find where it was coming from, and it was a massive boxing ring. I was shocked, confused, and to be quite frank, it was pretty funny to see a bunch of entities gathered around getting ready to box. Unfortunately, right as we were getting settled in to watch the boxing matches, a floating head, which I later learned was the head of a creature known as a gib train, floated up to me and a bunch of other people, and yeah, that happened. Now we were back to the very beginning. We were feeling hopeless. We didn't want to go all the way back there. It took forever. But then, a miracle happened. We were teleported back to the arena, but for some reason, my friend wasn't teleported with me. So, I had to go by myself. There were dozens of creatures and people there, such as this troll bacteria, or this multicolored RGB bacteria, or this fat partygoer, and for some reason Baller was there. There was a lot of weird stuff going on, but I was having fun for the most part. But then, it was time for the first boxing match of the night. In the left corner, we had the radio broadcasting bacteria. And in the right corner, we had the gib train from before. This was going to be an interesting fight. And with it being announced, the fight begun. Within seconds, the bacteria ripped apart the gib train. I was shocked. After watching this, there was a few more moments of silence from the crowd and the referees talking. Then, a new challenger approached. It was the party host, the leader of all partygoers. I had wanted to see this entity for a while. The bacteria apparently filled with rage and murdered the green bacteria, which was another of the referees. Although it didn't look like the party host stood much of a chance, I went over to his side of the corner and began rooting for him. I knew he could do this. And with that, the fight begun. The bacteria raced at the party host and began slicing at him with his spiked arm. Though the party host was prepared and had a backup plan, he sent out various balloons, and they began popping and exploding fireworks. But this wasn't enough to take down the bacteria. Seeing him in quite a weak state, the bacteria raced at the partygoer and finished the job. Though a new challenger was approaching, a far more powerful one. The fight begun, and the large creature who had just entered the ring killed the bacteria in one hit. I guess this creature just really wanted to make an entrance because shortly after he disappeared. But another bacteria took his place. But this one was different. This one was Bob. It's Bob. Apparently, this was the most respected bacterias of them all. Maybe because he has a striking resemblance to the found footage one? I don't know, man. But I joined in and started praising and worshipping him. But shortly after, the creature from the last video, the Goliath, entered. This fight was going to be interesting, as I would get to see Bob in action. Things immediately were not looking good for Bob. It seemed the Goliath was much stronger than him and could kill him easily. It was throwing him around the ring like a rag doll, and even threw him out of the ring once. But Bob was dedicated. He was strong, and he was able to get the upper hand on the Goliath and slay it. Bob, the crazed animal, was taken out of the ring by Baller, though a new contender stepped up. It was the same guy from my first expedition. It was Stanley, though I learned his professional name was the Conductor. After talking with the bacteria referee, he punched him and killed him in one strike. I was impressed. It wasn't looking like any of the entities wanted to even set foot in the ring with the Conductor. And he... wait, hold up. How long is this? 8 minutes and 47 seconds? Bro, I can't post another video this long. We gotta speed things up. Finally. That was a lot of boxing matches to go through. Anyways, guys, that was basically my experience at the Entity boxing matches in the Backrooms. It was definitely interesting, and I enjoyed it, but there's still something wrong. Yep. Sorry, but no more expeditions, it looks like. See ya in the next video.